Hey there, comic book friends. This is Travis, and this is another edition of No Capes, where I talk about comic books that don't have to do with superheroes and books that Ethan doesn't review along with me. First, I'm going to talk about new Deadwardians, number 4. It's number 4 of 8. Still really digging this book. We're now at the halfway point. We get to find out more about the main character, about him signing up to become a vampire back when the zombie apocalypse first hit. There's some interesting moral conversation about becoming these vampires and what it meant and what they ultimately end up sacrificing and not realizing that they sacrificed that. There's some commentary in here about his one of his maids that had gotten turned into a vampire because she had been bit by the zombies and needed the cure, and about how she doesn't like it. She has these cravings but doesn't have these cravings anymore. It really explores further just how unhinged from humanity you becoming these vampires and whatnot. We get to see beyond the gates of the city in this. At the very end of it, they roll out. They're going out to the countryside to do some questioning while they explore this murder that's happened. And it's just really, really good. The art in it works for this story. It's very simplistic and straightforward and simple, but I really like it for this book. Yeah, I'm really enjoying this. If you haven't picked this up, this will be something that when it gets done, depending on how it ends, I'll be telling people, hey, you should pick this up and trade. I don't know what it would be like to try and find the copies to get caught up to number 4. But still really, really enjoying it. Really happy I picked this up. It's been a fun read so far. I like the exploration on subjects that we think we know everything about. Anyway, next up I'm going to talk about Baltimore. This is Dr. Leskovar's Remedy, and this is issue number 1 of 2. This is a Dark Horse comic. This is a character that's been written about before. This is a character out of Mike Mignola's Hellboy world, or whatever you want to call it. This is set in World War I, or right around that time. And our main character here is Lord Baltimore, on the cover there, and that's a gorgeous cover. The art in this is by Ben Steinbeck. I'm not really familiar with him, but I absolutely love this, and of course the colors are fabulous because the colors are done by Dave Stewart. This is just a quick little 2-shot story. In this, our main character is crashed with an airplane in a fishing village, and this fishing village is outside of a large city. The large city is overrun by vampires, supposedly. This guy's on his way, our main character, Lord Baltimore, is on his way to this other place because he's got some other pressing business with some other evil things that he's fighting. I mean, that's basically what he does, is he's fighting these monsters. But these people have told him about this town, so he figures he'll go through the town and clean up whatever he needs to clean up there on his way to his other mission. He gets into town. Sure enough, it's infested with tons of vampires. The vampire monsters, because they're not just straight vampires, monsters attack him. He dispatches a bunch of them. He gets to our Dr. Leskovar, who's the guy who's been making these vampires, but supposedly trying to find a cure at the same time. He says that when he finds the doctor says, look, I've been held captive. I tried stopping this a long time ago. When I realized my cure wasn't curing anything, it was actually making more monsters. But the monsters keep making him make more monsters. But he said he found a cure, and unfortunately when he heard the attacking, he thought it was more monsters, and so he took the cure to fix all of the vampires. But that cure, the doctor says, is something that's much worse than the vampire. And the last pages show him all, well, his eyes have sunken back into his sockets, and his mouth looks all black. And yeah, I'm really liking these books. They're entertaining, they're fun. You like this kind of horror type thing. These things are just fun little, short little stories. You don't invest a lot in them. They're 1 and done or 2 and done. So I'm really digging that. Really happy with that. So yeah, pretty pleased with it. Next, I am going to talk about Hellblazer 292, and this is House of the Wolves is what it's called. Peter Milligan, of course, still writing the book. This issue, Bisley does all the artwork in it. I love the issues that have Bisley doing the art on the inside. They've just got lots of rich characters. Epiphany, she just looks absolutely cool in this. I love the way he draws her. I love the stylisticness of this and whatnot. This was a great one-issue story. Just lots and lots of fun. Has to do with werewolves, and Constantine and her, Epiphany, actually dealt with each other 10 years prior, and this is a story that kind of how close they came to each other at one point or another. Absolutely great. Loved every second of it. Laughed through it. It was really cool. The next issue starts a new arc called Curse of the Constantines. I have to tell you, every time I see a title like that, I get really worried that something's going to happen to Constantine's wife, because I absolutely love her. She adds so much to the book. Loads and loads of fun. Still really liking this. 292 issues in, and it may have slow moments sometimes, but lately that hasn't been the case. But still, great book when we're knocking on the door of 300 issues of this character. Absolutely fabulous. Okay, lastly, I was going to review Casanova, Aravarti number 4, until I opened it up and started to read it, and I realized somehow I missed issue 3, so I have to hunt that down. This doesn't have a consistent release date, so hard for me to keep track sometimes when this is coming out. But I'm a huge Casanova fan. I love this book. It's always so crazy and nuts, but I don't want to read this one yet because it ends the story, ends this book, and then another book will be coming out. I really should just be picking these all up in trades. That would probably be the easiest to make the most sense, but I do enjoy it. So hopefully I'll find number 3, and I'll talk about both of them then when I've read both of them. At any rate, that's it for this time around. Hope everybody's enjoying their weekend, and I'll catch you in the next reviews that I do with Ethan. Bye.